Hello, I'm IBXToyCat and this is a video on the internet, and today I'm going to be giving you a Black Ops 2 gameplay commentary with using the XM8 and giving you some tips about it, because this is a really fun gun in my experience, but it does require some specific class setup to make it really work, in my opinion. You can obviously use it in a complete different way to me, but I like to have my close range covered, have my long range covered, and only have the medium range where it's sort of iffy, and just use my gun skill to make sure I can win at all three ranges, really. That's something this gun can do, which very few other guns in COD's history, maybe the FAMAS from Modern Warfare 2, even then it's very few guns have allowed me to do this. And it's a very unique gun as well, being a 4-round burst weapon, being the first one in the Call of Duty series, so it's a really cool one to definitely pick up at some point. Anyway, the reason I'm playing again is because I picked up the game again because the Vengeance DLC came out, and the multiplayer maps in that are really fun. If you haven't played them, if you haven't bought it because you're putting it up or something, I definitely recommend picking it up because it's revived my love for the game, at least for a little bit, and it's a really, really cool little thing. So go pick it up maybe if you want, or something. And this is a Rush, the paintball map field thing, and it's a fun little game because it has a load of heck glitches, and it's just a really fun little tactical map that really is the essence of COD in my opinion. Anyway, so basically using the XM8 class setups. Also, if you're wondering why I'm calling it the XM8, it's just my preferred name for it. You can call it the M8A1, just pretend I'm saying that if you really want to. It's up to you. So basically, first of all, attachments. In this gameplay, I'm using Red Dot Quick Draw. In my opinion, that is the best set of attachments because it's the most versatile while still being the most useful. Because the Red Dot allows you to give that extra range where you can be able to pinpoint people. If you really like iron sights, and even if you do, I'd still recommend wouldn't you use it. But if you want to save the point and put it elsewhere, maybe on a second flashbang or second tactical or whatever you want to do with it, then you can get rid of it, but the red dot is really, really vital in my opinion. Quick draw, again, it allows you to aim down sights faster at close range, get that little edge on people at long range, because even at long range in this game, you still need an edge for some reason, because a lot of people are really, really good at doing that now, which is, it's something that's, picked up recently. It used to be if you saw someone at long range, they probably didn't see you, but, it's slowly changing away from that, because, skill inflation or something, I don't know. So, yeah, definitely Red Dot Quick Draw. It's also the first two attachments unlocked, which will allow you to prestige the weapon without losing your favourite attachments. I really hate using the MMS because you can't prestige the weapon and use it. You have to get all the way to max level second prestige first, which is just, it's not something I'm a big fan of. But that's also interchangeable because the MMS is very, very similar. Besides that, your other optic op choices are the holographic, which has a 1% recoil reduction, and is probably worth using if that, 1% matters to you. If you're the sort of person that thinks that grip is worth using because that is also a 2% reduction, then definitely just put on the holographic instead because it's two things in one right there. And yeah, also if you do want to put a third attachment on, the laser sight will allow you to just hit fire at close range rather than having to ADS. Sometimes I get myself caught in the middle of it. As you can see, I do hit fire a lot in this game, but it would be a little bit handier to have that little reduction in it, but it just doesn't sit well with me, so I don't use it. Anyway, perk choice. So perk 1, lightweight is my favourite perk 1 choice here because it allows it to run at full SMG mobility, which will allow you to flank people properly while still having access to a ridiculously deadly gun at any range, which is something I'm a real big fan of. Like, you haven't really been able to do this since the snipers in the games where they actually ran at proper speed, and it's just a really super awesome thing in my opinion because it allows you to. You don't have to focus too much on matching your playstyle and mobility to the map. You can just run around, do whatever you want. So lightweight's definitely a preferred perk for me. Other than that, your other choices are hardline, flak jacket, and ghost. Obviously, it depends on what you just hate getting killed by the most. I know some people are super angry at grenades because they're completely random. Some people hate UAV because they'd rather people just saw them legitimately, even though there's a whole thing about how you can use the UAV to your advantage that people don't seem to notice. But yeah, just pick your favourite two perks from those in my opinion, because perk 1 is where all the useful perks are. I used hardline personally just because I play TDM, but if you do play proper game modes which have proper amounts of score, then that's completely unnecessary and you can use anything you want. So yeah, second perk, there's no real useful second perk because the toughness is arguably useful, but I prefer to kill people before the gunfight starts, so toughness isn't my favourite perk. You could use fast hands and use an execution as secondary or something, but if at that point I would honestly just recommend putting the laser sight on so you can hit fire people because it's ridiculously deadly because it can one burst people, and even if you hit only 2 bullets of the burst, that's still 2 bursts to kill, which is it's really good considering how fast this gun fires. So yeah, that's my close range recommendation and also second perk. So third perk, There is a couple useful choices here. There is extreme conditioning, there's dexterity, and that's just about it. You can try awareness to give you that other, that next close range edge. Personally, I don't find too much use on the footsteps in this game, so I just don't bother with them in the slightest. So yeah, definitely try dexterity or extreme conditioning, depending on what you prefer. If you prefer to sprint around and not need dexterity, then try that. But if you want to just, again, not worry about mobility, worry about the map, then dexterity is the perk for you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you did, you can like it and let me know. Also, I did do a lot of these videos back when Black Ops 2 came out. If you missed those or you weren't subscribed back then, because obviously I was a much smaller channel back then, you could check it out and get tips on all the weapons, because I'm quite happy with the little series so far, and I just figured I'd do one more episode for the Vengeance DLC. I might do one if another multiplayer map comes out, but until then, I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out the other two videos on screen now, and goodbye.